strangers. We thank you for joining us and look forward to participation in today's dialogue session. People are the real wealth of a nation. This is from the Human Development Report 1990. This was the crux of the first UNDP report published in 1990, 21 years ago. That groundbreaking report then developed a comparative composite index, Human Development Index or HDI, which included health, education, literacy, and standards of living. 20 years later, Human Development Report 2010 was published. In this report, it is highlighted there has been increasing inequality within and across countries, as well as production and consumption patterns that are unsustainable. As a result, the 2010 report introduced 3 new measures. One, the Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index. 2, the Gender Inequality Index, and the Multidimensional Poverty Index, incorporating recent advances in theory and management of inequality. These new measures present a more comprehensive and holistic approach to the monumental task of addressing human development. They also stimulate public debate beyond the traditional focus on aggregates. This morning, we would like to bring the debate a step further. With your collective experience and wisdom, this policy dialogue session is an ideal platform for launching a critical and in-depth discussion of human development within the Southeast Asian context. We will have the opportunity not only to assess the state of human development in Southeast Asia today, but also to discuss the way forward, taking into account the multi-dimensionality suggested by the Human Development Report 2010. While poverty and social inequality are difficult to eradicate completely, I am confident that our collective efforts today will go some way in addressing further light on this very vital topic. Before I end, I just want to put a local context to it, meaning Singapore context. I just happened to see while I was driving from home this paper that was prepared, I think, by my colleagues in conjunction with the 2 organizations. For one of the statements there, on the regional findings, the HDR 2010 notes that countries such as Singapore continue to rank in the very high development category. Of course, we are all very proud of it, until the elections in May showed how very misleading wide statements can be. Because the elections showed that while the people at the top were well off, the people in the middle bracket and the people at the real bottom were not so well off, and they had all sorts of problems, from housing, pressure of transport, pressure of even going to the malls, because suddenly we had all sorts of other problems. So it's a good warning never to take anything for granted, that you're very high or very low. You have to address particular sectors. And this has led to the government here, to rethink its own strategy of growth. Because at one time it was thought that once you have high growth, everything else is settled. But now there's a raging debate that we first have to address the lowest, and that's poverty alleviation. If you manage to lift the bottom people, then, of course, opposite to that is the other theory, the trickle-down theory. If you have a few people at the top well off, then it will trickle down. But unfortunately, that's not the case. That was the case, I think, in Malaysia, when Dr. Mahathir's policy was trickle down. Unfortunately, it didn't trickle. It just kept among a few people. I think my Malaysian friends will attest to that. I was 6 years in Malaysia, so I can speak at first hand. So there are various theories, but today, in that sense, it shows how, I use the Singapore example to show how very critical these things are. And they are not just academic subjects, they're real policy subjects. And a government which won 82 seats out of 86, just did not know what happened. And the best brains are now trying to figure out what happened. And I think Professor Tan and Sir if he chooses to, can throw light on what the Singapore context. Just like that, you can throw light in your own situations. On that note, I would like to thank you all for coming and wish you all a very fruitful debate. And I would like to thank once again UNDP and IDRC, our very close collaborators and partners and personal friends for coming together on this occasion. Thank you very much.